Good morning. Daily Bible reading for April 8th, 2026. Today is day 167. Let us get into the Word. Okay. The descendants of Boaz, Ruth 4:13 through 22. So Boaz took Ruth into his home. She became his wife. When he slept with her, the Lord enabled her to become pregnant, and she gave birth to a son. Then the woman of the town said to Naomi, "Praise the Lord, who has now provided a redeemer for your family. May this child be famous in Israel. May he restore your youth and care for you in your old age, for he is the son of your daughter-in-law, who loves you and has been better to you than 7 sons." Naomi took the baby and cuddled him to her breast. She cared for him as if he were her own. Doggy drama. The neighbor women said, "Now at last Naomi has a son again," and they named him Obed. He became the father of Jesse and the grandfather of David. This is the genealogical record of their ancestor Perez. Perez was the father of Hezron. Hezron was the father of Ram. Ram was the father of Amminadab. Amminadab was the father of Nahshon. Nahshon was the father of Salmon. Salmon was the father of Boaz. Boaz was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jesse. Jesse was the father of David. From Judah's grandson Hezron to David. First Chronicles 2, 9 through 17. The sons of Hezron were Jerahmeel, Ram, and Caleb. Ram was the father of Amminadab. Amminadab was the father of Nahshon, a leader of Judah. Nahshon was the father of Salmon. Salmon was the father of Boaz. Boaz was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jesse. Jesse's first son was Elab. His second son Abinadab, and his third was Shemiah. His fourth was Nathaniel. His fifth was Radai. His sixth was Ozem, and his seventh was David. Their sisters were named Zeruiah, and Abigail. Zeruiah had 3 sons named Abishai, Job. These different names for me. Abigail married a man named Jether, and Ishmaelite, and they had a son named Amasa. The descendants of Hezron's son Caleb. 2 Chronicles 18 through 24. Hezron's son Caleb had sons from his wife Azubah, and from Jereth. Her sons were named Jesher, Shobab, and Arden. After Azubah died, Caleb married Ephrathah, and they named their son Hur. Hur was the father of Uri. Uri was the father of Bezaleel. When Hezron was 60 years old, he married Gilead's sister, the daughter of Machir. They had a son named Segub. Segub was the father of Jair, who ruled 23 towns in the land of Gilead. But Jesher and Aram captured the towns of Jair and also took Kenath and its 60 surrounding villages. All these were descendants of Machir, the father of Gilead. Soon after Hezron died in the town of Caleb Ephrathah, his wife Abijah gave birth to a son named Asher, the father of Tekoa. Descendants of Hezron's son Jerahmeel. 1 Chronicles 2, 25 through 41. The sons of Jerahmeel, the oldest son of Hezron, were Ram, the firstborn, Bunah, Oren, Ozem, and Ahijah. Jerahmeel had a second wife named Artara. She was the mother of Onam. The sons of Ram, the oldest of Jerahmeel, were Maz, Jamin, and Eker. The sons of Onam were Shammai and Jada. The sons of Shammai were Nadab and Abishur. The sons of Abishur and his wife Abihail were Aben and Molid. The sons of Nadab were Seled and Apam. Seled died without children, but Apam had a son named Ishi. The son of Ishi was Shishon. Shishon had a descendant named Ali. The sons of Jada, Shammai's brother, were Jether and Jonathan. Jether died without children, but Jonathan had two sons named Peleth and Zaza. These were the descendants of Jeremiel. Sheshon had no sons, though he did have daughters. He also had an Egyptian servant named Jarha. Sheshon gave one of his daughters to be the wife of Jarha, and they had a son named Attai. Attai was the father of Nathan. Nathan was the father of Zabad. Zabad was the father of Ephlal. Ephlal was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jehu. Jehu was the father of Azariah. Azariah was the father of Helez. Helez was the father of Elijah. Elijah was the father of Sismai. Sismai was the father of Shalom. Shalom was the father of Jechamai. Jechamai was the father of Elishama. Descendants of Hezron's son Caleb. 1 Chronicles 2:42-50. The descendants of Caleb, the brother of Jeremiel, included Mesha, the firstborn, who became the father of Ziph. Caleb's descendants also included the sons of Mareshah, the father of Hebron. The sons of Hebron were Korah, Tapua, Rechem, and Shema. Shema was the father of Raham. Raham was the father of Jorkim. Rechem was the father of Shammai. The son of Shammai was Mon. Okay. Mon was the father of Beth Zur. Caleb's concubine Ephah gave birth to Haran, Moza, and Gezez. Haran was the father of Gezez. The sons of Jadai were Regem, Jotham, Jeshan, Pelet, Ephah, and Shop. Another of Caleb's concubines, Makkah, gave birth to Sheber and Tirhana. She also gave birth to Shap, the father of Madmana, and Sheva, the father of Mechbenah and Gibi. Caleb also had a daughter named Aksa. These were the descendants of Caleb. Descendants of Caleb's son Hur. 1 Chronicles. The sons of Hur, the oldest son of Caleb's wife Ephrathah, were Shobal, the founder of Kiriath Jearim, Salma, the founder of Bethlehem, and Harab, the founder of Beth Gader. Let's see. The descendants of Shobal, the founder of Kiriath Jearim, were Horah, half the Manahathites, and the families of Kiriath Jearim, the Ithrites, Puthites, Shumathites, and Mishriites, from where the people of Zorah and Eshtaol. The descendants of Salma were the people of Bethlehem, the Netophites, Etroth, Beth, Job, the other half of the Manahathites, Zorites, and the families of scribes living at Jabez, the Tirathites, Shimathites, and Succothites. All these were Kenites who descended from Hamath, the father family of Rechab. Other descendants of Judah. 1 Chronicles 4:1-20. The descendants of Judah were Perez, Hezron, Carmi rather, Hur, and Shobal. Shobal's son Rhea was the father of Jahath. Jahath was the father of Ahuni and Lahad. These were the families of the Zorathites. The descendants of Etam were Jezreel, Ishma, Idbash, and their sister Hazelelponi. Penuel, the father of Geder, and Ezer, the father of Husha. These were the descendants of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrathah, the ancestor of Bethlehem. Asher, father of Tekoa, had 2 wives named Hela and Nara. Nara gave birth to Ahazam, Hefer, Temmeni, and Hahashtari. Hela gave birth to Zereth, Izar, Ethan, and Koz, who became the ancestor of Anub, Zobaba, and the families of Harhel, son of Haram. There was a man named Jabez who was more honorable than any of his brothers. His mother named him Jabez because his birth had been so painful. He was the one who prayed to the God of Israel, "Oh, that you would bless me and expand my territory. Please be with me in all that I do and keep me from all trouble and pain." And God granted him his request. Caleb, brother of Shua, was the father of Mahir. Mahir was the father of Eshton. Eshton was the father of Beth Rapha, Paziah, and Tehina. Tehina was the father of Ir-Narhash. These were the descendants of Rekha. The sons of Kenaz were Othniel and Sariah. Othniel's sons were Hathhath and Meonothai. Meonothai was father of Oprah. Sariah was father of Job, the founder of the Valley of the Craftsmen, so called because they were craftsmen. The sons of Caleb, son of Jephunneh, were Eru, Eha, and Nam. The son of Elah was Kenaz. The sons of Jaleel were Zippah, Tira, and Azrael. The sons of Ezra were Jether, Mered, Epher, and Jalon. One of Mered's wives became the mother of Miriam. Okay, descendants of Judah's son Shelah. Shelah was the son of Judah's son Elkanah and his family. There was a man named Elkanah who lived in Raph in the region of Zuph in the hill country of Ephraim. He was the son of Jeroham and son of Elihu, who was the son of... Each year, Elkanah would travel to Shiloh to worship and sacrifice to the Lord of Heaven's armies at the tabernacle. The priests of the Lord at that time were the 2 sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas. Let's see. They presented the sacrifice, gave portions of meat to Peninnah and each of the children, gave them a choice portion because the Lord had given no children. Okay. They would go to the tabernacle year after year, and Hannah was reduced to tears and would not even eat. "Why are you crying, Hannah? Why aren't you eating? Downhearted just because you have no children. You have me. Isn't that better than having 10 sons?"